Thrilling trails, breathtaking views, and life-changing moments come at a cost. The cost of life sometimes. If you aren't skilled, aware, or lucky enough in these places, you can quickly lose consciousness without any special efforts. So, today at Spilling Facts, we will be looking at top 10 adventurous places on the earth, with real-life stories and interesting facts behind them. Before moving forward, make sure to subscribe for more such content. Number 7. The Grand Canyon River. The internet is flooded with rafting footage in the mighty Colorado, and my god, aren't all of them not exhilarating? Although it is a fun adventure, it isn't totally safe. The Colorado River system has been plagued with accidents, injuries, and fatalities. The river rapids have been evolving over time, especially in the last decade or so. The heavy rains, unpredictable rock formations are the few factors, but the melting of snow peaks has been the prime reason for the increased danger. In 2007, the river system saw 12 fatalities and 176 serious injuries, and that's a huge number. According to the official data of Colorado Boating and Waterways, the primary concern is not just inexperience and neglect when it comes to wearing the safety gear, but the atmosphere and attitude while taking up the ride of your life. Moreover, enthusiasts often consume alcohol, and it couples with the Class 5 rapids, high water levels, and terrifying boulders that have resulted in hundreds of deaths in this ghastly yet electrifying ride. Number 6. Darien Gap. This isn't a tourist location, neither natural adventure sport, but a sad, deadly, miserable route for migrants in the hope of migrating to a more favorable nation. Well, most of them don't ever make it though. A biologically, terrestrially, and politically adverse region known as the Darien Gap between Panama and Colombia. It is an 80-kilometer stretch of jungle-dense region of swamps, marshes, and rivers. Efforts have been made to connect the vast continents via the Pan American Highway, but it never succeeded due to the mysteriously powerful land and resistance from environmentalists. Violent rebellion groups add to the many reasons for death in Darien. A Swedish backpacker lost his life in the assault by FARC rebels in 2013. Both the responsible nations, Colombia and Panama, don't even bat an eye to this area. That's why most of the deaths go unrecorded. Despite being the wildest of regions, your end can most probably come from a mosquito than a human. And that's even more frightening, I guess. Number 5. The Danakil Desert, Eritrea. Whoa, this land looks out of planet. Looks like a scene straight from a sci-fi movie. You could imagine a villain waiting here for the protagonist to slaughter his daughter in front of him. Anyways, the baking temperatures that often top 120 degrees Fahrenheit, numerous active volcanoes, and geysers that spit toxic gases will make sure that you remember you are living in hell. It's hard to imagine a more brutal landscape, even though we have the most formidable competitors on this list. A volcanic wasteland with poisonous gases will attract visitors with its hell on earth, sceneries, and the sheer madness of the adventure it beckons. Tourists have restricted access only for a short time as the air is wholly burnt and can prove fatally toxic. Just keep in mind that visiting the Danakil Desert on your own is strictly forbidden without an experienced guide. Number 4. Yosemite National Park's Half Dome. A popular destination among the daredevils due to its breathtaking views and exhilarating near impossible climb leading to the glorious top of the Half Dome. A remarkable granite formation at an astonishing height of 8,000 feet above sea level and approximately 5,000 feet above the valley floor. The trail is 17 miles round trip, with the last 400 feet being the most difficult. It's like climbing on a straight wall where you have to use steel ropes to conquer that region. After reaching the top, you get a miraculous view of Half Dome reflected in the shining river. You will get the best view of Yosemite Valley at sunset, especially from the Sentinel Bridge. But remember that you'll need a permit to complete the hike, so make sure to apply for it a few days before the climb. Number 3. El Caminito del Rey. If Danakil looks like a scene from a sci-fi movie, then El Caminito looks like a scene from an action movie. You can imagine The Rock chasing an antagonist on this narrow path. Well, this terrifying location is from Andalucía, Spain, and it's called the King's Little Pathway. Well, all I can see is that king must have been pretty brave. The King's Little Pathway is over a century old, and it hangs 350 feet above the ground. Seeing the rocks and the rivers from the holes that perish from the pathway structure is horrifying. Imagine walking on the rusty iron beams 100 meters above, and a piece of the bridge just falls off inches away from you. That would be a close encounter with death. Despite being closed in 2009, the path was reopened in 2015 after some restoration. There have been 5 recorded deaths, the most recent being from the year 2000. Number 2. Madidi National Park. A piece of restricted forest in the lap of the dens of the Amazon forest in the country of Bolivia. This biologically diverse wilderness is 19,000 square kilometers huge. Talking about its diversity, it has around 270 types of mammals, almost 500 different fish, over 200 species of amphibians, and about the same number of reptiles. Insects are harder to count, but it's currently estimated that some 120,000 species flit and crawl their way through the forest. Perhaps most staggeringly, around 1,200 species of bird, over a tenth of all worldwide bird species, can be found in Madidi. There are many stories of adventure in this green madland with swamps, wildlife, and many more possible threats, so you are advised to take trail with a local guide. Number 1. Mount Everest. This has to be the world's most stunning, deadliest, and prestigious adventure in the world. It's literally getting to the top of the world, climbing to the highest point on land. Mount Everest is 8,848 meters above sea level, and that's way too much for a human body, as you get only 1/3 of the oxygen that you get at sea level. Mount Everest is on the border of Nepal and Tibet, and you can start your summit from any of the nation. The summit starts from the Mount Everest base camp and moves upwards, and I'm really not surprised that there is a special death zone just below the peak. Over 5,700 people have climbed Everest successfully, and over 300 have lost their lives to date. The combination of freezing minus 35 degrees Celsius and low air pressure proves fatal, but the feeling and the miraculous views attract the trekkers to the Everest. So, that's it for today, guys. Comment down your favorite adventure from the list you want to take, or if it's not in the list, mention it below. Like the video if you enjoyed your time here, and subscribe for more amazing content. See you soon in the next one.